Hey everyone, Anthony 4x4 Diesel, and this is petrol engines as well. It's nothing to do with engines, it's suspension components. With all this talk about control arm bushes being flogged and replacement bushes or arms or whatever, and wheel alignments and tyres and worn tyres and stuff, it's time to show you what you need to do before you take your vehicle for a wheel alignment, okay? So, on the front bush, this is the one at the front. I'll just go underneath for you, get an angle a bit different. See the front one, front, driver's side. You loosen the bolt from the front, it's 22 mil. Then you need a 30 mil spanner. And this one was tight, but I freed it up already because this is what adjusts your wheel alignment, camber and caster, right? See that? The arm moves in and out and backs and forward because you're adjusting the front and the back, right? This piece here is separate to the bolt. The bolt goes through to the piece at the back behind here, right? But when you move this, you'll see the back one moving the same as well, right? We've got spare ones of these in case you need to cut them out, but what I want to demonstrate, this one was tight, so we're going to take it out, we're going to hit it with a wire brush, and we're going to put some grease on it, and hopefully it doesn't seize up again. But let's have a look at the passenger side. So the wheel alignment place has told this guy that they're seized, and I'll put the spanner on it. I had a bit of a go, and I've cracked it free already, but look, see, it's tight, it's got sand, but the more I go like this, so I don't know how someone can say that it's seized, we can't do a wheel alignment. I think that's just being lazy, just like them putting the bolt in the wrong way at this side and leaving the nut at the other side loose. Yep, this is that one. We better check the nuts up the top as well. We better check everything on this job anyway. But I just want to show you, that's how it's meant to move, right? But we're still going to remove them, put some wire brush just to clean it up, and put a little bit of copperies, grease, something like that. I don't really care, whatever grease you want, or you can even just clean it up and not put any grease. But this vehicle, it's quite a few years old, it's done quite a few Ks, and you can see the sand and everything up on the frame. Maybe a bit of sand, bit of salt water. See how we marked it before we moved it? Now we can put it back, bang, where it goes. It won't be as good as a wheel alignment, but it's pretty close, and it still needs to go for a wheel alignment because quite obviously these are not seized, are they? Right? Happy days. That's your quick video on, what you need to do before you go for a wheel alignment, because they might tell you these are seized, and if they don't know that these are seized, then these will twist the inner part of your bush in the arm here and split it even more than it was before, and that won't be good, will it? Check the back one from this side, same thing. Look, you can see it's all moving the way it's meant to, more or less. Sometimes they get a bit, whatever. You just got to, you just got to put a bit of lubrication or turn it from the other end, whatever, or do. If they're tight, sometimes you've got to do two at once. You've got to put a spanner here and a spanner there, but to loosen the back ones, it's loosen this nut at the back here, right? That's probably a bit too loose. We need to tighten it up so that stays in far enough so it doesn't spin. All right, back to the driver's side. This one's not seized either. And obviously these are very loose because we said we're going to pull them out and clean them, but we're not going to pull out the back ones because I've never ever in my life seen one of these bolts seized. So we're actually going to nip these back ones back up. There's no need for any maintenance on these. That's the bolt you would need to replace on the back one. Did you hear me? I've never seen a problem with one of the ones on the rear. This is what we keep in stock for our customers in the workshop, or our customers who buy the front lower control arms from me and pick them up locally, or any of our local workshop partners. We do ship some control arms across Australia, but they're a bit heavy and they can be hard to pack, and it's not something that I'm pushing towards doing. But here's some of the part numbers for you. It's got the 150, that's 150 as well. There's the part number in case you want to buy those, whatever. And the 120 ones are there as well. Just want to be the 120. I can feel that it's smaller. Is it a different number? That's it. Show us the back bolt so I can show everyone. Thank you. So that's the bolt in the back. Remember what I said? Nothing to see here, but we're just making sure. I've been requested to do a job, so that's what we do. So the bolt I showed you was the bolt that goes through the middle here. Never see a problem with it. The bolts on the rear of the two bushes, never seen a problem with it. This is where the problem we see. It's only on the front. That's why these are the only components I've got in stock, because this is what I specialise in, right? So there's one. Here's the other one. What a coincidence. They look about the same. That's far from seized. I don't know how anyone can call that seized. You are absolutely dreaming. And yeah, we'll just clean it up with a wire brush and sand it with a bit of grease. Beautiful. So this has actually cost our client money because he's gone somewhere, got suspension installed. They've said these are seized and not done a wheel alignment because I think they're being lazy or they didn't have time or whatever. Instead of just saying we didn't have time or whatever, we need the car another day, but look, just pay us all the money and get it out of here because we don't care about the wheel on it. Say it how it is, people. Anyway, my point is, it's cost him money because he's been told they're seized. And see where I was turning them back and forward, you can see that's that rub mark there. There's nothing seized about it, right? You could clean these, you could not clean them, you could put them in as they are. Like I said, what we do, bit of a wire brush, bit of grease, and in she goes. I don't really care what grease. Anything's gonna help. It's never gonna seize again. It never was anyway. And look at the condition of it. You know, it's been around a little bit of corrosion and it just didn't get in there, did it, right? So they've cost him money because we've marked it, we've opened the bolts, we've taken it all out to check it, clean it. We're doing the same job anyway, other than extra time because they're seized, obviously. If they were seized, then we have to spray them and tap them and work them, this and that, and eventually, if they don't come out, we've got to cut them off, and that's why we've got spares, people. Hope you got your part numbers off the bags here. That says 120 on it there. All right, there you go. And this one, like I said, they say 150 on 120. You can work it out. Turn over to the other side in case you missed it. Right, there you go. Whatever. The two different numbers, 120. The fat ones are the 150s. Bada bing, we're out of here. That's a quick video on maintenance on your front lower control arm adjustment and bushes, so you can avoid expensive arm replacement as much as possible. Thank you. See ya. Oh, that looks really seized, mate. Really seized. Yeah, once you wiggle them around, everyone, see how it looks like it's not lined up and that side? You just got to wiggle the arm around a little bit while you push it in. It'll pop into place. Make sure that does sit flat. See that gap there? Eventually that'll get pushed in and sit flat. When you just wiggle, pull the arm out a little bit. You might even be able to demonstrate sort of pushing in with your right hand and pulling on the arm here, and it'll just, that last little bit will pop in. Bit of a wiggle, yeah, like, kind of like that. See, it all moves around anyway, people. So when it gets there with a nut and bolt, I'm sure you'll figure it out, right? You know, just think if these kids that work in this industry that wreck your car can figure it out most of the time, you all can figure it out after watching this video, surely. Hit the like button. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.